The 5 love languages provide a framework to help us better understand and cater to the emotional needs of ourselves and our loved ones. These include words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. Each language has its own unique value and, when understood, can dramatically improve the quality of our relationships. Given their nurturing nature, ISFJs may gravitate towards acts of service and quality time as their preferred love languages, finding joy and fulfillment in helping and spending meaningful time with loved ones. While they also value and appreciate words of affirmation and receiving gifts, physical touch may not necessarily be their primary love language. We'll explore how each love language aligns with ISFJs' preferences, providing insights into how they likely express their care and how they most appreciate having that care reciprocated. Words of affirmation are all about expressing love and appreciation through spoken words, praise, or appreciation. For ISFJs, this love language can be quite impactful, although it might not always be their primary way of expressing love, given their typically reserved nature. ISFJs, who are highly conflict avoidant and strive to maintain harmony, might particularly cherish words of affirmation that acknowledge their efforts and contributions. For instance, saying, "Your hard work really made a difference today," or "I really appreciate how you always listen to me," can go a long way. These affirmations help them feel valued and understood, directly speaking to their core need for appreciation and belonging. When giving words of affirmation, ISFJs naturally focus on others' efforts and emotions, offering encouragement and support. They're great at noticing the little things that matter and making sure people feel appreciated. For example, they might say, "I can tell you've put a lot of effort into this project," or "The way you treat your friends is really inspiring." If you're an ISFJ and find it challenging to verbally express your feelings, try starting with small steps like sending a text message or a note that conveys your appreciation. This can be a more comfortable way to begin incorporating more verbal affirmations into your relationships, allowing you to gradually build up to more direct expressions of love and gratitude. Moving on to the love language of receiving gifts, which involves giving thoughtful tokens of affection, ISFJs often see this as a tangible way to show care and thoughtfulness. They value the symbolic nature of gifts as a physical expression of love and connection. ISFJs may prefer receiving gifts that have practical use or sentimental value, reflecting their practical nature and deep sense of nostalgia. For example, a carefully chosen book from a genre they enjoy, or a kitchen gadget that makes their daily tasks easier, can be particularly meaningful. These gifts show that the giver truly knows and appreciates the ISFJ's tastes and needs. In giving gifts, ISFJs excel in selecting items that resonate with their traditional values and attention to detail. They might spend a lot of time choosing a gift that perfectly matches the recipient's personality or needs, like a custom piece of jewelry with a personal inscription or a first edition of a favorite book. For ISFJs who may not naturally think of giving gifts, consider setting reminders for important dates and keeping notes on what your loved ones mention they need or want throughout the year. This proactive approach helps maintain the thoughtfulness that characterizes gift giving, ensuring your gifts are both meaningful and appreciated. Acts of service is all about showing love by performing tasks that make life easier for your loved one. For ISFJs, this love language is a perfect match, as it capitalizes on their natural inclination to care for others in practical and supportive ways. ISFJs thrive on being the backbone in their relationships, often taking pleasure in managing tasks that others might overlook. They feel loved when someone notices their workload and steps in to help, perhaps by doing the dishes without being asked, or by taking care of a repair that's been pending. Such gestures acknowledge the ISFJ's usual efforts and give them a much-needed break, which they might not ask for themselves. When it comes to giving acts of service, ISFJs perform tasks with great care, often going out of their way to ensure everything is done perfectly to make their loved ones' lives smoother. They might prep meals for the week, organize living spaces, or handle the bulk of daily chores, all without a fuss. Their acts are a quiet testament to their deep devotion. If providing acts of service does not come naturally to you, consider asking directly how you can help out. Start with small tasks that are manageable for you, but meaningful to the recipient. This could be as simple as filling up their car with gas or picking up groceries. Remember, consistency in these small acts can often speak louder than the occasional grand gesture. Moving on to physical touch, this love language involves expressing love through physical contact, which can range from a comforting hug to a gentle touch on the arm. For ISFJs, while this might not always be their primary love language, it is one they can appreciate, especially when it comes from someone they trust deeply. ISFJs might prefer receiving physical touch in a subtle, reassuring manner. A soft back rub after a long day, holding hands while walking, or a supportive squeeze on the shoulder can make them feel secure and cared for. These gestures should be tender and respectful, matching the ISFJ's reserved nature. When giving physical touch, ISFJs are cautious and considerate, often gauging the comfort level of others before making contact. They may not initiate touch frequently, but will reciprocate warmly if they sense it's welcomed. For ISFJs, touch is less about spontaneity and more about the significance of the moment, such as comforting a friend or cuddling during a movie. For ISFJs who are less comfortable with initiating physical contact, starting with actions that require minimal contact can be helpful. Offering a hand to hold or an arm around the shoulder when sitting can be a good start. Gradually, as you and your loved one grow more comfortable, your actions can become more instinctive and frequent, building a deeper bond through these warm, simple contacts. Quality time, as a love language, means giving someone your full attention and being fully present when you're together. ISFJs often value this deeply, since it reflects their desire for meaningful connections and a sense of calm in their relationships. ISFJs relish quality time that allows them to engage in activities with loved ones without the rush or distractions of everyday life. They appreciate when others make a conscious effort to schedule this time and keep it free from interruptions, whether it's a shared meal, a quiet evening, or a day out exploring nature. This focused interaction makes ISFJs feel truly valued and loved. ISFJs often enjoy getting to know someone deeply through these interactions. They value small talk that leads to deeper discussions and use these moments to understand their loved ones better. Planning a day where both can relax and unwind without the pressure of a schedule allows ISFJs to show how much they care through their attentiveness and willingness to engage. If you're an ISFJ and find it challenging to give quality time, consider starting with planned activities that both you and your loved one enjoy. It could be as simple as a weekly date night or a routine coffee chat. The key is consistency and making sure these moments are free from distractions, showing you value the time spent together. If you're looking for new ways to spend quality time, Check out our video on ISFJ hobbies for more inspiration and ideas on bonding activities tailored to your personality type. Family upbringing and cultural background play a big role in shaping how we express and experience love, including our love language preferences. Even within the same culture or family, these influences can vary widely, so it's important to recognize and respect individual differences. Love languages are a helpful tool, but they shouldn't be seen as a rigid framework. Human emotions and relationships are complex, and it's important not to oversimplify them based on these categories alone. Instead, use love languages as a starting point for deeper understanding and better communication. True connection comes from listening, adapting, and responding to the changing dynamics of a relationship. Knowing your own or a loved one's preferred love language is just the first step. What really matters is the ongoing effort to meet each other's needs. For an even deeper understanding, consider exploring our love language videos on the personality types of those important to you. Let's recap. For ISFJs, acts of service and quality time are often most significant, followed closely by words of affirmation and receiving gifts, while physical touch may be less predominant. Each love language offers unique ways for ISFJs to connect and show care. How well do you think your current relationships reflect your understanding of love languages? Are there ways you could better communicate your affection and support? For more insights into the ISFJ life, explore the resources linked in the video description. Feel free to check out our other ISFJ videos on the Personality Playbook channel. Thank you for watching, and we hope this video helps you reach your full potential.